Hello everyone, welcome to Wisdom Life Tales. You know what's crazy? Some people work twice as hard as others, yet they're always falling behind. They're exhausted, they're frustrated, and they have no idea why. What if I told you that the answer isn't working harder? What if the secret to getting ahead has nothing to do with the hours you put in? Today I'm sharing a story that changed how millions of people think about their careers. Stick around because by the end of this, you're going to see your work life completely differently. This story takes place in a small logging village nestled deep in the forest. It's the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and hard work is everything. Two men lived there, and they became best friends despite being complete opposites. There was Richard. He was 26 years old, strong, full of energy, and he believed in one thing: pure determination. Richard would wake up before sunrise every single morning. He'd grab his axe, head straight into the forest, and he wouldn't stop until the sun went down. 12 hours of nonstop work, every single day. Then there was William, Richard's best friend. William was 25, smart, thoughtful, and he had a completely different philosophy. While Richard was all about grinding, William believed there was a better way. One season their boss gave both of them the exact same task: clear a section of the forest, same size, same difficulty, same deadline. The competition was on, and Richard was confident. He had more experience, more muscle, more hunger to win. The first week was brutal. Richard woke up at dawn and started swinging his axe immediately. Thunk, 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 hour after hour. The trees were falling. He was producing timber. He was winning. But William? He started at 8 in the morning. After working for 4 hours, he'd stop. He'd sit under a tree, drink water slowly, rest his muscles. Richard would watch in disbelief. What was he doing? Taking a break? While there's work to be done, Richard kept pushing. He never rested. He rarely drank water. He just kept working because that's what hard work meant to him. Sacrifice, exhaustion, proof of dedication. By the end of the first month, something strange happened. Richard noticed that William was producing more timber than him. Double, actually double. How was that possible? William worked fewer hours. He took multiple breaks. He wasn't even pushing himself the way Richard was. Richard became frustrated, angry even. He started working even longer hours, 13 hours, 14 hours. He'd come home completely drained, muscles aching, barely able to eat dinner. But the results got worse, not better. He was tired, his swings weren't as powerful, his focus was gone, and William was still ahead. One afternoon, Richard finally snapped. He walked over to William's workspace, completely exhausted, and asked the question that was eating him alive. Richard walked up to William, completely exhausted, and said, "I don't get it, William. I honestly don't. I work 4 more hours than you every single day, every single day. I give everything I have. My body is destroyed, and you're still ahead of me. How is that even fair?" William put down his water bottle and smiled, not a mean smile, a knowing smile, a smile that said he'd been waiting for this question. He said, "Come here, Richard. I want to show you something." William walked Richard over to his work area, and there, laid out carefully on a wooden bench, was something Richard hadn't noticed before. "Do you see this?" William asked, holding up his axe. The blade was sharp, gleaming, perfect. While I was sitting down taking those breaks you were judging me for, I wasn't just resting, I was sharpening my axe. Richard looked at his own axe. The blade was dull, worn, rough from constant use without care. William continued, "Every time I rest, I sharpen my blade. Every time I drink water, I'm recovering so I can work smarter tomorrow. A dull axe requires 3 times the effort to cut. The same amount of wood, Richard. You're not losing to me because I'm better than you. You're losing because you've been making your job 3 times harder than it needs to be." Richard stood there in silence. Everything suddenly made sense. All those hours, all that pain, all that exhaustion. He was fighting against his own dullness. This story is about more than just axes, though. It's about how we work. Hard work is important. Don't get me wrong. Richard had the right foundation. He had discipline. He had commitment. But hard work alone is not enough. Hard work without strategy is like running on a treadmill. You're exhausted, but you're not really going anywhere. The real growth happens when you combine hard work with smart work. It's what I call sharpening your axe. For Richard and William, The axe was literal, but for you, in your career, your life, sharpening your axe looks different. Maybe it means learning a new skill that makes your job easier. Maybe it means taking an online course that automates half of what you do manually. Maybe it's improving your communication so you waste less time in meetings. Maybe it's learning the right software so you do in 2 hours what used to take 8. Smart work is sitting down, taking a break, and asking yourself, is there a better way to do this? It's not laziness, it's strategy. It's wisdom. Some of you are working like Richard right now. You're exhausted. You're burnt out. You're pushing harder and harder, but getting diminishing results. I'm telling you, the problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough. The problem is you haven't sharpened your axe yet. The next time you feel like you're falling behind, don't work more hours. Work smarter. Learn something new. Improve your process. Rest when you need to. Take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're competing against your own potential, not against anyone else. Hard work builds the foundation, but smart work builds the skyscraper. I hope this story stayed with you. I hope it made you think about the way you're working, the way you're living, and whether you're making things harder than they need to be. If this resonated with you, if you felt something shift while listening, please do 3 things for me. First, leave a like on this video. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. Second, drop a comment. Tell me in the comments, what's your axe? What do you need to sharpen in your life right now? I read every comment, and your stories inspire me. And third, please subscribe to Wisdom Life Tales. We drop new stories every single week, stories about transformation, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself. We're building a community of people who are tired of just working hard, people who want to work smart, people who want to actually win. Share this with someone you know who's exhausted, someone who's pushing too hard, someone who needs to remember that the solution isn't always more. Sometimes it's better. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next story.